Hello.
Buongiorno.
Hello. We're gonna have a chat. We're gonna have a chat about heresy, and
It's the heresy coffee morning.
it's the heresy coffee morning in the afternoon.
I didn't know that.
So
We almost had that.
we've just finished filming our last game. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Right.
It's good.
Pause this.
Go watch it.
Don't close this. Just pause it and come back to it.
We'll
yeah?
try not to talk about that game, and we'll talk about other stuff
Spoilers.
because we're not that.
Love,
guy.
life, and everything in between, but mainly Horus heresy. To be
Yes.
honest.
So, as usual, it's me, Simon, Jack, and Matt.
There you are.
How are you doing, guys? Good.
Mediocre at best. How are you?
Mediocre, Jack.
I'm good, man. Good.
Good. Right. So what we're going to do, we're just going to have just a casual chat about Horus heresy, the hobby, and why we do it, and things like that. So if you leave in the comments any questions you want to ask in the future, or any topics you'd like us to take on, or anything like that, then yeah, cool. It means I can film stuff and put it online, and
For your viewing pleasure.
yeah, the more the better. So first off, Jack,
Yes.
who's your favourite legion?
It's.
Who gives you the tingles?
Do you know what? It's-
In your Pringles.
my first army was actually Lunar Wolves, because I started the books. I was reading them and thought, as everyone does, this is the nuts. You know, start with that. Lost the passion of Sons of Horus, and then carried on reading the books. Dropped off a little bit, then picked up the audiobooks back at uni. Legion, Dan Abnett, Legion. I was sold. Alpha Legion, I'm in.
Alpha Legion.
So, Alpha Legion are one of those tricky legions in the books where it's either a case of, everything's gone according to plan, or they're like 14 steps ahead, and actually Alfarius getting his head carved, spoilers, was all part of the plan.
All part of the plan.
And they just seem like they're sitting there twirling their moustaches, being like, oh, we're so dastardly and smart. So I think they're not written brilliantly in the books,
Yeah.
but I love them.
Like we lost. But because we're them, we won.
We won.
Exactly. But because actually your bolters are made of bananas, you suddenly won.
Good, isn't it?
So,
Phenomenal.
Alpha Legion.
Alpha Legion.
Matt,
Hello.
who tickled you? Who
Who
tickled you?
tickles your pickle?
Who's your favourite? Who
I'm gonna-
tickled you?
I'm going to say.
Well, where did you start?
I started
Right,
with
Jack.
Imperial Fist.
Yeah.
So they're definitely one of the better legions in the game, in my opinion.
100%.
Somebody that I really like at the moment, and it's interesting because I'm not actually playing them, building them, or anything like that. But one of the legions that I like at the moment is Iron Hands. I don't know why. I keep looking at them and I keep thinking they would be awesome.
Because they're the strongest shooting legion in the game. They're the highest.
Maybe that's it.
They're
My
the
Imperial
hardest.
Fist has got some awesome stuff. They've got all the tools. We always say this about the Imperial Fist, you know, hitting with bolters on twos and auto weapons. I mean, it's bonkers, isn't it? Most things come with the things that Imperial Fist do, and you don't have to pay extra points for it. It just does the job. I've had some really cool games. Right now, what's exciting me though, I'd say, is my Salamanders. I'd like to get them done more, but they're one of the weaker legions, apparently. But I'd like to really kick into my Salamanders and get out. I have had one game with them, with the Pirate class. They're one of the coolest looking units in the game, I think.
Cool.
So Salamanders probably at the moment, yeah.
And for me, I'm an Iron Warrior. Through and through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Iron Warrior. But also with them, so Iron Warriors in my heart and soul kind of thing. But I really love Solar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Solar.
I think-
You've fallen hard for the solo.
Oh my god, I love playing them. I love being up against it with them. And you know what? I don't lose very often with them.
No.
They're actually pretty
It's
solid.
pretty good.
You have to, like, there's some
Yeah.
legions, and the same with the soda. You have to really consider your moves carefully and
Yeah.
plan out your lists. You have to be quite meticulous to make them work. And then once they start going,
Yeah, once you get a method with them.
yeah, like I think, like I'll probably never play Salamanders against them ever, because I just think that you just
It's hard work.
we would just won't be friends anymore, would they? You'd be like,
a lot of
never
flame
come to my
template.
house again.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of flame
I
template.
think Salamanders would rinse would rinse through.
I almost feel like we need to film that to see what would happen.
Oh, let us know in the comments if you
Yeah.
want that
You
one.
wanna
It
see
would be a pleasure
salamanders?
for me to just torch everything.
Salamanders versus Solar, I think, would be a really good game. In fact, let's carry on down. So mine was Horus and Solar. Right, what do we want to see? What do we want? What fights do we want to see? I think that's a good fight. Salamanders, Solar. Jack, what do you want to see
You
next?
can demonstrate how that's going to happen.
See, I'd love to.
You know what armies we've got, and we've got knocking around.
Yeah.
You know what do you want to fight? What do you want to fight?
I'd love to set up some more like thematic battles, like battles from the books. So I'd love to bring out like some beta Garmin sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is topical at the moment with
Yeah,
you know
topical.
with the releases from the time of recording 3 days ago. You know, 2 days ago. But like some of the exemplary battles. But things like the classic rivalries. I'd love to see Corswain versus Typhus or Typhon. The proper bitter feuds. Some like my Dark Angels versus. I know we don't have Night Lords at the moment, but if someone gets something filthy Night Lords,
Yes.
things like that.
They're in the works. I think.
They're in the works.
Yeah.
Aren't they? We could definitely do a Dark Angels Death Guard. I could do
Absolutely.
that. That's a good one. Matt, what do you want to see?
Oh, what do I want to see? I am quite excited about the whole Calth narrative,
Yes.
500 worlds, because
Yes.
I have been working for a little while now on both Word Bearers and World Eaters. So I'll get a Praetor done for my World Eaters, and then I can do an allied detachment with those. So I'd like something, you say Armature or something like that.
Yeah, Armature fighters.
Armature or like any one of those 500 worlds, just some Calth stuff. Oh, well.
Well, my dogs are the demons in the kitchen. Can you hear them?
So I'm thinking that.
I'm
Yeah,
like
we've got
that as well.
Ultramarines, haven't we?
I've got Ultramarines and Solar because the Ultramarines and Solar were really key together during that whole campaign. Gilliman used the Solar a lot. That's why I got their own pattern.
So we actually have a lot of stuff to bring to the table for that. So I think that would be a cool thing to do. But I think I'd like us to focus on the narrative of it and portray some of the stories in line with the games.
Yes, definitely.
So that's just a project. Like I guess we'd have to really brainstorm how we were going to go about bringing the two together. So not only are we playing games, but we're
Telling a
showing people some of the stories from some of the books. I am currently listening to Betrayer at Simon's
best book.
Simon's recommendation, and I want to get some inspiration for that, and then maybe like come together with you guys and work out how we're going to start doing a cool narrative sort of vibe, because I think that's what Heresy is all about. Let's get some narrative
stuff. Yeah.
I can't believe you've been in the hobby this long and you've not listened to one of the best books.
No,
Betrayer.
I've not.
Oh my god, such a good book.
I've listened to a lot, but Betrayer's not one.
Yeah, Aaron Dempsey-Bowski.
Always a
He's one of
classic.
the better writers by far. Right,
100%.
First Heretic, great book.
Martial Mankind.
I've done First Heretic. That's good. Master of Mankind is fantastic.
I love it.
What should do the major ones that he's done? Brain's not kicking in now.
Aaron Dembski-Bauer?
Yeah. Oh, he did the
Satnam.
no, he did
That was
the You'll know. It's got the angel at the front of the
Sanguinius,
gate.
Oh, Lost in the Damned.
Lost. No, not that
No.
one. No, the other one where he's just about to go through the gates.
Lost and Damned is actually
What's that one?
really good.
Oh, something
Where
Eternity.
Brain's not kicking in.
Pretty sure that's Aaron Dembski-Bauer, isn't it?
Something Eternity.
It might. Yeah, Eternity one. Yeah, 'cause he's just showing. If you haven't read that, brilliant. But spoiler alert, kind of thing. Sanguinius can really smash up a demon if he wants to, and Angron.
Sanguinius plot armor. It's
But we'll carry on with the conversation. The books, Jack, favourite book. I know you can't have a favourite book.
oh god.
But what's
Legion.
one that really goes for it?
Legion.
Legion.
Straight up. Legion and close second, and this is a contentious one, Praetorian of Dawn.
I'm
Because
listening to that at the moment.
I love that book because I'm loving the Alpha Legion doing Alpha Legion things, and then I'm loving Dawn having to put on an Alpha Legion hat.
Literally shaving his head, tattooing a snake on the side of his face.
Like the backstory of that, and then of the Primarch series, I really love the Alvarius book.
Oh,
Because
it is a good one, yeah.
it poses more questions than it actually answers.
Yeah,
You're like,
just
oh, okay,
leaves
Alvarius
you
was the last.
confused.
Yeah.
Oh, Alvarius was the last Primarch. Well, actually, no, he wasn't.
He was the first one.
It was the first one.
But they just
But then, was it Alvarius or Omegon who died? Because they put people under terrors.
It is good. Isn't it?
It's very good. But then also the book opens with everything's a lie. So all of this whole
yeah,
book
don't
is,
believe anything we are telling you.
don't believe anything.
I think that's it. And any book you read, it's good writing if they, like in this case, portraying the Alpha Legion through literature, but in a way that makes you confused, like you're going up against the Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
You finish reading it and you're like, this is what the Alpha Legion do to people.
Yeah.
So it's clever writing in that it gets the Legion across without trying almost.
What about you, Matt?
Top 3.
Top 3.
Top 3.
I don't even think I can do top 3. I've got so
I don't know, top 3.
What's some of your favourites then?
I mean, there's only so much time in a day, but I do try and listen to as much as I can. Right now, let's see. First Heretic, really good.
Yeah.
And so that I started listening to that when I started my word bearers, and I just it really got me, getting me the bug.
Yeah, it does do that with that book.
Obviously, Horus Rising straight away is a good introduction to the
yes.
series.
The
It gets
classic
you.
The first trilogy is
The first 3 are pretty much
brilliant,
they've got to be. I wasn't a massive fan of
False
Galaxy in Flames. I wasn't actually
Yeah.
that keen on it myself personally.
See, for me,
Couldn't really get
it's
into it.
False God's the middle one that isn't as
I didn't
quick.
mind that. But,
I see that.
So 2 more. Master of Mankind was fantastic, so that's in my top 3.
I haven't read that one yet.
I've just started Betrayer, and I've only listened to the first 2 chapters, so I can't really comment on it. But there was what I've listened to so far is the dialogue between Magnus and Lorgar, and it is set. Yeah, it's a really good 2-way dialogue in that. It really sort of paints a picture of the relationship between the 2 of them, where they also talk about Angron and whether his death would be such a massive problem for the galaxy. So there's a really cool bit where they're talking about Angron. He picks up one of those. I can't remember what it's called. Right, we had this conversation earlier, but it's like an Imperial Guard tank, and they see him pick this thing up and just push it over. And they're talking about how the tracks are still spinning. Really, really cool. Just so far, that book is good, but I have only listened to a little bit of it. So watch this space on that one. I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah. Well, for me, I love loads of the books. I love loads of them, all for different reasons. Betray is fantastic, because it really gives you the bug for Ultramarines and World Eaters and Word Bearers. It's just a great book. It's all action. It seems to be happening all the time. No Fear, the Calf one, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Not read that.
Just for the flip of it's all going downhill and then it's not, and it's some great battles in it. What are the ones? Angel Exterminatus, obviously, because I'm an Iron Warrior, so you get that. There's another one that's really good is Slaves to Darkness, because you really get to see all the bad guys in quotations, and then obviously Perturabo gets to kick Angron's ass for a bit. So
that's one of those ones that I'm sitting there like Angron is at this point a demon prince of Khorne. Perturabo is just a withered, angry man. This is when he's had his soul sucked out by Fulgrim.
Still kicks his ass.
What I do like about that book though is it sets up the Obliterator virus.
It does, yeah.
So you see the first actual Obliterator from 40k in that, and the Sauron Demon Prince or the Demon Soul of Sauron. Just I love it.
It's a great. That's Slaves to Darkness. There's so much going on, and obviously it sets up. It's got the best ending to a book.
Yeah.
With Horus and Lorgar. That is literally you literally read it, go, oh, that's brilliant.
It almost gets set up a little bit as well, like with. I want to say I can't remember how many books before it was, but when Horus basically skinned Erebus to teach him a lesson, and then you get another word bearer getting put in his place by Horus.
It's just
really, you know what?
really good.
I'm not rooting for these guys because I'm a loyalist through and through, despite Alpha Legion. But just reading that, listening to that, just Horus putting Lorgar in his place. You know what?
You just think it's all going to go, and then it's good.
And Leyak is a really good character. I do.
Leyak, he is really good.
I do like him.
And also, another book that I really like, which I've listened to a lot, Vengeful Spirit.
Yes.
Because it's got the whole Moloch thing on, and there's some massive battles in it, with titans and everything. I think that's the knights and everything.
Its first appearance of Demon Fulgrim.
Yep.
You see Mortarion slowly get into the warp dust.
Yep.
You know, and the battle he has with wanting to have the power, have the knowledge, but also not use the warp stuff.
Yeah.
You get another Perpetual, which hooray for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Who does make a reappearance?
She does, yeah, a little bit.
In Fury of Magnus.
Yes, she does. Yes.
Which is what no one saw coming. But then you also get to hear like little bits and bobs, like how I think his little Axeman got his hearing after like him dealing with his face getting
after him having his face taken off by a white girl. Yeah, so there's so many books. If you don't read the books, don't know why not. Read all the books. It's all good.
Least favourite book.
Least favourite book.
Least favourite one book that you've read once, listened to once, and you thought, you know what, never again.
Oh, right then.
I've had a few that I've started.
Yeah, I think it started that I couldn't get into.
I've started the audio book and then I've been like, I've not gone back to it because I've just sort of.
I know.
Other things to do.
I've got two. Burning of Prospero.
Interesting.
I couldn't get into it. I was like, and Fear to Tread, because I don't like Blood Angel. I was like,
that's not really the book for you.
Yeah, I was like, no, I couldn't do it. So I couldn't. At the beginning of that book, it's the Blood Angels and Sons of Horus fighting some alien race.
Yeah.
And in my head, I couldn't figure out what this alien race looked like in my head. So I was like, do they look like Gene Stealers? Do they not? What do they look like?
Yeah.
And then I couldn't do it. So yeah, that's mine. Matt?
Which ones have I tried to listen to? I even started the Siege of Terror series, and I think what's the first book?
Oh, I love the first book.
Solar War.
Solar War.
Yeah, I could if I just stuck with it.
Yeah.
It's probably really good, but you know, one of the things that I have a problem with at the moment is I've got all these Audible credits, right, and then I'll start one, and then I'll get distracted, do something else, and I just won't return to it. So for all I know, some of these books could be really good.
Yeah.
The First Wall, I started listening to it, and even Praetorian Dawn, I did the same with that.
Yeah.
I started listening to it, and I bet you if I stuck with it, I'd be like, this is actually really good. But then, yeah, I guess it's the burden of choice, isn't it? I've got 7 Audible credits.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, pick one and then stick with it. It's just not. My brain don't work like that. Yeah. I'll start one and then I'll do something else, because I just get distracted and move from one to another. So I don't know, man. I think First Wall, I started listening to that, didn't finish that. Praetorian Dawn, I did the same thing. So I don't know.
Well, you're just gonna stay committed.
Yeah, just gonna get into it.
Stay committed.
I think if we're playing more games, I think that's one of the things that I think I need to do is listen to more stories and see what grips me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they help massively. What about you, Jake, then?
So, Battle for the Abyss, I think widely regarded as one of the worst, if not the worst, book of all time.
I think that's why I haven't even tried tackling it.
It's all spoilers for the next a few minutes because I'm just going to spoil things. Battle for the Abyss, basically, when the massive Gloriana Plus ships for the Word Bearers turn up? Well, the Abyss is the first one of those.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And it's all about how a red-marked Ultramarine and some other ragtag crew basically destroys it and then realises at the last minute it was all pointless because there are some more of them. But it's just, I found it so boring. And Matt, you've touched on it already.
Yeah.
The First Wall, I started it, I finished it. By the end of it, I was waiting. I knew what the twist was going to be.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's the twist. I remember.
But all the marine stuff. I know people they don't like bolter porn, but when I'm listening to just
bolter porn,
but when I'm listening to some militia company get on a fucking train for 10 hours.
I know, that is boring as hell. Yeah,
they got a train and they're reading a book and it's an airstrike and I don't care. Yeah. And then right at the end you get the twist and I'm like, wow, I guess.
Dragged out.
Oh yeah, massively dragged out.
Don't like dragged out writing in general.
Massively dragged out.
I just found it so boring. I was just waiting for it to be over. Because by the time it came out, Saturnine was almost out.
And that's a good book.
And I wanted to listen to First War in case I missed anything with Saturnine.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I didn't.
No.
You know, the only interesting bit of that was Forex doing guerrilla warfare and getting sold out by Kroger.
Yeah.
And Forex
And
learning
being stuck,
that, hang on, I've got to do some, and Phosphex. Listening to the description of Phosphex in that.
Yeah.
Like, there's that description of Phosphex there, and I don't know if you guys have read Angels of Caliban.
No.
It's one of the 500 Worlds books. It's a bit It focuses really heavily on the Dark Angels. You hear a lot about the drama on Caliban, so them actually becoming independent, and you hear a lot more about the Wings. So there's a brilliant bit right at the start where they enact the Dreadwing Protocol, and then all of these guys from different units all come together and just march towards this fortress. And they whop out some of the forbidden, nasty stuff. So they've got a glaive of 5 black holes, basically. And it's a case of, cool, you see that fortress? Yes, sir. I don't want to see that fortress. Understood, sir. And like, so you get that. You also get Lionel Johnson basically pulling Bane from Dark Knight Rises, picking up Kurz and breaking him across his knee. You actually get that scene.
Happens a few times.
It does happen a few times.
It's more of Magnus got that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, there's bits in it. I've lost my train of thought completely.
There's bits in it that are good.
There are bits in it that are good, but like
Epic. Sounds epic to me.
I do like it when there's like huge confrontations and there's lots of like tactical decisions being made and things like. I do like. That's why I like the Solar War book's really good, because I like that Void Warfare bit where they're discussing the ship tactics and where everybody's going and things like that, and Pertrado with his big huge meteor that he's made and stuff. And
I think with Betrayer, as I've started listening to it, in the first couple of episodes you hear like panicked Vox transmissions from all the different ships, like saying we've been betrayed, and like each ship, it goes from ship to ship, and I think it's really cool because it really, like, I'm listening to it and I can feel the panic like of like them realising they've been betrayed. They can't really do anything. They're voxing out to Lord Gilliman to come and help them and stuff like that. It's like, we need help, and it's just that's good writing. The way that it's presented, like jumping from Vox signal to Vox signal, you can just hear all these captains going, panicking, and it was really, even listening to it, I could feel the panic. So that's good writing to me. Things like that really capture the moment from the lore and make you feel like you're in it.
It is.
I think that definitely did do it already. And like I said, I've only listened to a few chapters of that, but straight away it's like, Word Eaters, World Eaters and Word Bearers are terrifying anyway. They're talking about Angron and how he's like, he doesn't want to pass a world without decimating everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And his World Eaters just massacred everybody on this world. And Angron, they're trying to, because there's a bit where Lorgar's talking about making plans and how it's such a chore to make plans with Angron, because he will not pass a world without decimating it. So it's like, you can see how Angron's madness really affects his brothers in the end, because they're discussing literally about ending Angron.
Would it be such a problem if you just died?
Exactly, and it just really captures the dynamics between all of these men are essentially mistaken in their minds and losing their minds, and trying to vie for power and influence and stuff, and just like to know how you understand. I was like listening to it, I was thinking, how the hell are they going to hold all this together? Because it sounds like a bunch of just egos clashing and stuff. They're just arguing.
Yeah.
My point has returned to me. Description of Phosphex.
Yes.
There's a part where the Dark Angels are bombing some poor revolutionaries, like terrorists with Phosphex, and they're like, oh, it's just an orbital, it's just like a bombardment, and then the foot just starts creeping up the stairs towards someone as if it's alive, and they're like, this isn't okay. And it brings to your point of like,
terrifying.
I love the descriptions of everyone going around just committing war crimes. I love it. It's brilliant.
It's obviously, these stories are quite well written, and I think that if you look at Astartes, if you look at what they are, the legions, how they fight wars, it's just like, I think because they're essentially demigods, really, aren't they? I mean, it's just there's no way you can do anything about it, and they really capture the terror of the warfare and how they fight it. And I just think, that links back to that point. Like Phosphex is terrifying, and if it's described well, it's like a what we say, an intelligent napalm, isn't it? That's what
it's angry napalm.
It knows, doesn't it?
Crazy.
It knows what it's doing. Right. Another quick one, and then we'll try and sum things up.
Yep.
What you got? What you working on at the moment, Jack?
So, as of time of recording, my Kratos was dispatched this morning.
Ooh.
So I've got a Kratos coming for the Dark Angels. The list I took today, like I said, by this point you should have paused the video, watched the battle report, come back and realised. But if you haven't, I won't spoil anything. But the list I've taken today is really quite good. So I want to expand things and just get I've got like a competitive list down, I think. I want to then expand that just with the fun things, you know. I don't think a Kratos is that good.
No,
But I think they look so cool.
Yeah,
I can't
they are the best looking tank, aren't they?
Cool looking.
From that, I want to build out some fluffy HQs. I just want to sit there, get some more details going, get them actually based, and then it's on to New Year, New Army.
New Year, New Army. Where's that going?
My girlfriend got me Lucius for Christmas. It might be a post Fulgrim Ascension sort of themed list.
More of a demony kind of.
Get an esoterist in there. Get some of the half snake, half elf people from Age of Sigmar, the Marathi.
Sisters of
Snake.
The Daughters of Cain army, but there's a unit of 5 that are like half snake, half woman.
Yes, I know.
Use those as demon brutes to get summoned in because snakes.
Yeah, snake ladies.
And try and do that, but it's all very up in the air, and I'm very much a flavour of the month hobby butterfly. So the next time
it's really a problem.
The next time
it is a problem.
The next time we do this, I can sit down and be like, I'm doing Night Lords. Yeah.
Who knows?
What about you, Matt? What's on the table?
Right. Okay. Well, currently on the table we've got World Eaters. I'm working. I want a Punisher squadron. First squadron of them. I want 2 of them. Salamanders. Yeah, sick. Salamanders. I want 2 Proteus for those, and I'm already starting to paint them up for my Pyroclass. What else am I working on? Word bearers are still in the pipeline. I want some heavy support squads for my word bearers because I think my list could really benefit from them. Other things I'm looking at right now. Black Shields for a start. Sound awesome. I'm waiting for the new
whenever that
comes, and I will look into those because I think I like the idea of very unique sort of squads and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll look into that. But another thing that's tickled me at the moment is a demon list, a proper demon list, full demon list. Because my word bearers contain demons, but I think you could write a really nasty demon army, and so I think that's and I think the models are a lot more accessible.
Yeah, because you can use
I already have
because
I already have Nurgle demons, and I've got a bunch of Khorne demons.
You could literally make a
mix and match
Nurgle kind of theme one, couldn't you?
I think with the models I have currently, I could do that now.
Yeah, definitely.
To be fair,
you could do a Davin campaign with that. Definitely.
We've not played with demons yet, but I have the army lists, and I'm reading through that at the moment. So there's so much that I could do, but I'm flitting from thing to thing at the moment because I've got multiple projects on the go.
Yeah.
So they don't paint themselves. You've got to get. You want to play the legions. You've got to get them on the table, and I'm just really trying to get everything, as much stuff done as I can. As I say, last week me and Simon played a game, and I managed to bring an allied detachment of salamanders. I would like to play more with allied detachments because it allows us to bring them to the table to show you guys what they do.
Yes.
So I think a bit of mixy matching a lot of games will really present different legions. If we, like you say, if we start focusing on like a Calth and 500 worlds thing, like you mix and match. Literally, I've got an Axe Praetor that I think I'm going to paint in World Eaters colours, and that will be. I can then write a list from that. So I've got 2 Despoiler squads. I've got like Sword Drill. I've got Sikaran Punisher. So I can write a little allied detachment, and that's cool because what we start doing is demonstrating all the different legions do, and they work just as well in allied detachment as they would if you wrote a whole list.
Yeah.
From there, obviously building on them, we can then play full legions at once.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think that's just a good way of showcasing different play styles and stuff, and how legions can work together.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
which
Sworn Brothers and all that stuff.
Brother.
Yeah, my Imperial Fists and my Salamanders were great together. They did well in that game. But yeah, sick.
So, and for me, I'm starting Raven Guard.
Oh dear.
Starting Raven Guard.
Why would you go?
And the thing about the Raven Guard is my Alpha Legion haven't performed very well at the moment. With games I've played with Matt and stuff as well. So I'm thinking of changing them up and using the Morbius configuration and using Raven Guard as their sacrificial stuff. So get them on the board, get them used, and hope they die, because then I get victory points for if they die, and doing it that way.
And that works so much like with the lore of the Raven Guard.
Yeah, exactly. Stealing their gene seed and everything. It gets so I'm going to go for a different type of narrative list for the Alpha Legion and nail down that. And I want to get some of my other legions kind of done and ready, like my Ultramarines. They're almost ready to go. They just need some extra units.
Suzerain.
I'm not bringing Suzerain.
He's not doing it.
I'm not doing Suzerain, but I'm taking.
Sorry.
I like the Praetorian Breaches. So I'm bringing a big unit of them.
Since Full Mataro's got nerfed, you had 50 of those, you just chuck straight in
Yeah.
the bin. They're not better anymore. Bitten them off.
Not better.
Yeah, I'm going to top up. I've got lots of different armies, and I'm going to top up some weaker areas in them, and then get them going. Like, if you watch the video of mine and Jack's game, you'll see what the Emperor's Children need to do next. But I'm also going to be, like we've talked about as well, I'm going to be filming those micro battles again, those 1,000-point ones. So I'll get Matt in with his World Eaters at some point, do a nice little 1,000-point game.
Yeah, I could manage
just
that,
to see them going.
Get that up there.
I'm also, on my painting table, I'm really into Legions Imperialis at the moment.
Oh yeah, we're working on
that.
Oh my god. I've got a World Eaters Legion more or less painted up now.
I know.
So
I'm loving the Solar, so if you do want to, in the future, if you want to see some Legions Imperialis games, we could probably do that, because it's in the heresy.
It is. It's all relevant.
And it is really cool looking at a little guy who's about this big next to a Warlord Titan like this big, and you're like, that's cool. That looks mint.
Just things we can't create using the 32mm scale that we definitely could.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you can easily just buy a Warlord Titan and just get that on.
3 Warlord Titans on the same.
Well, what we can do at some point, Jack has got a Reaver, full-size Reaver, that we could bring in at some point for a game. I've faced that once before. Wasn't fun.
Nope.
Wasn't fun. I had a catheter once.
You can do
that
that
was more fun than that.
I think that was the first game of 2.0, I think, or with the last game of 1.0.
Yeah.
And we played 2 tables simultaneously.
Yeah.
It was Dark Angels Death Guard, Lionel Johnson versus Mortarion.
Yes.
And then we basically played it of 1,000 points of Alpha Legion, along with the Reaver Titan versus another 3k of a different list.
Yeah, but you literally set up the Reaver Titan
in the corner.
I had an Iron Warriors army.
That was it.
And a Shadow Sword. Jack won the roll off, so his Reaver killed the Shadow Sword straight away. I couldn't then hurt the Reaver, so then it was a matter of how many turns can I last?
Yeah.
And it was 2! That was the answer. 2! Apocalypse missile launchers are good!
Like really?
But it's also
apocalyptic almost.
The Gatling Blaster's insane.
Gatling Blaster was great. But yeah, there's loads of things that we can film.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some more games. Me and Matt will look at the narrative stuff for Calf. Me and Jack will look at narrative stuff for the Dark Angels going that way. We'll have the mini games. So yeah, if you want to see anything, let us know in the comments. If you want to ask any questions or you've got any topics you'd like us to talk about, we're cool with that as well. That'd be really good to do some more of these. Yeah, we enjoy doing it. Thank you, Matt.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jack.
Much
Thank you
love.
for having me.
We're Tabletop Divinitatus. Please like and subscribe, and then you'll be kept updated with all our funniness and the gradual things that we will be doing.
A lot more things coming to the channel.
Yeah, we'll try and do as much as we can. Obviously, it's a hobby, and we've all got day jobs and other things that we have to do, but it's good fun.
And we're going to try and film roughly once a month.
We're going to try and do one, well, yeah, definitely one big game once a month.
I think over summer, me and Chris were going to probably get right down to start painting like we did last year.
Yeah.
Because we were literally painting till 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we were just hitting hard all the different regions, and we got so much done. I think that's what we're going to be doing this year. Is we're going to take full evenings to just get stuff on the table, and then I think just increasing our ability to give you guys better content.
Yeah, more games, more variety. And if we can build up some good narratives as well, then you'll be watching a story unfold, which will be, I think, will be really cool as well.
Really cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Really getting into the nitty-gritty.
Another big thank you to GameMat.eu for back mats. Lovely mats for there. Yeah, and check out all our affiliate links in the thing below. That goes on
comments.
YouTube, comments, things, or whatever.
Description.
Descriptions.
Yes.
Description and in the pinned comment, socials, things like that.
All that
Isn't
stuff.
technology difficult?
Oh my god.
Yes.
This is what happens when you.
I used to have a master system.
Yeah, but Alex the Kid. That was
Alex
great
the
game.
Kid was built
Alex
into
the
it.
Kid.
It was amazing that it was built into it. You didn't have to put anything in.
It was just in it. Well, yeah, Tabletop Divinitatus, thank you very much. And we shall see you again for another Heresy Chat.
Much love.
Heresy Chat?
Yeah.
Heresy Chat, yeah.
Okay.
Peace.
Yep.
I'm going to get up and turn it off.
Oh.